Why Data Lakes Matter, a Profound Perspective by Patricia Florisi. This is a story about how data lakes are enabling businesses to become data-driven and empowering them to disrupt the market landscape in an irreversible manner. Data lakes to store everything, analyze anything, build what you need. To store everything from within or across different data sources, from within or across traditional data puddles, with the same or different formats, with latency demands from milliseconds to nanoseconds, and more. To analyze anything in real time or in near real time, in interactive mode or in batch mode, on fast data or on historical data, and more. To build what you need by empowering businesses with the data insight required so businesses can build the right applications, to bring more innovation, to deliver new and more value, creating new and more data, pushing the cycle to repeat itself, where data lakes enable data-driven businesses to store more everything, analyze more anything, build more of what they need. Data lakes accelerate the speed at which applications iterate through their life cycle, accelerating the rate at which innovation happens, providing data-driven businesses with a differentiated advantage to increase revenue, improve profit margins, gain market share, attain greater customer loyalty, accelerate growth, deliver social benefits, and more. Ready to learn more? Let's dive into data lakes. For data-driven businesses, it always starts with a business value that needs to be unlocked from the existing data. Retail and e-commerce businesses, for example, seek to increase customer loyalty by analyzing their brand using sentiment analysis to respond to negative events in real time. These businesses also seek to increase revenue by gaining insight into customer buying behavior to cross-sell and upsell their products and to personalize their offerings. They need a variety of analytics, from parsing and analyzing text from blogs in real time to identify the topics of discussion, to classification methods to categorize them into positive, neutral, and negative ones, and to segmentation methods to separate customers into groups with unique and distinguishable characteristics, such as vegan, fashion-conscious working women, and more. Data lakes provide an environment to ingest and store multiple streams of data from a variety of data sources, including structured data such as databases with customer information and unstructured data such as live streams from Twitter and more. Data lakes also provide the ground for performing in-database analytics over large customer data sets, in-memory analytics of the rapidly and continuously coming live streams of data, and for blending the analytics of the structure with the unstructured data in a massive parallel processing or MPP Hadoop architecture. Data scientists apply a combination of text analytics algorithms such as topic modeling, clustering, and sentiment analysis to the blended data set to gain actionable insights about their brand and individual products, and to identify distinct groups of customers to understand their buying behavior and to predict which other products they are most likely to buy. Wow! Amazing, right? And that's not all. Far from it. Because manufacturers, for example, seek to increase profitability by reducing the number of products with defects through process improvements. Manufacturers need the ability to identify failure-causing patterns in their production cycle and to correlate these patterns with quality issues in the product. Early detection of defects can save manufacturers heavy losses on brand damage and on replacements. Data lakes provide an environment to analyze enterprise resource planning or ERP data on the parts used, data provided by transportation companies on packaging methods and routes taken, and weather and environmental conditions where they traveled. Big data analytics identified a correlation between those pots and batches of products with poor quality and showed that quality issues can be halved by reducing open air exposure of the pots and by controlling temperature variations during transportation. Wow! And yet, that's not all, far from it, because academic health science centers, for example, are being created from the ground up as data-driven companies seeking to deliver social benefits by improving patient outcomes for those with long-term chronic diseases. Due to the interdisciplinary nature of healthcare, they need to gather massive amounts of clinical, patient, imaging, and genomic data from several systems to acquire a 360-degree view of the patient and analyze all this data to gain insight into the interdependencies among all factors affecting the treatment and healthcare outcomes. Data lakes provide an open and secure environment where the data can become anonymous and conform to strict governance guidelines to demonstrate compliance with privacy laws. Data lakes unlock the data from proprietary vendor repositories, and a wealth of analytic methods can then be applied to unravel hidden patterns into the data. Data lakes also provide a way to share all these insights, not only with healthcare providers so they can make informed decisions, but also with researchers, pharmaceutical, and other life science firms. Amazing, right? And yet you may ask, what exactly makes data lakes so special? What can data lakes enable now that could not be done before? Well, the secret, not so secret about data lakes is that they differ from traditional data analytics approaches, such as data warehouses, in many dimensions as they enable businesses to store everything, analyze anything, build what they need. Wait! Attention now, as this matters because it is a complete departure from the traditional world of business intelligence that run reports to show historical trends on a dashboard by analyzing a well-structured data warehouse that had been created by a rigid and complex master data management process. So let us dive right into store everything, analyze anything, build what you need, data lakes. On store everything, data lakes have the ability to store every single scrap of data in its open architecture design, without the need to obsess over which data has value today or which data will have value in the future, delivering an element of completeness to the data that can be analyzed, ingesting data from various sources and with very latency demands, integrating existing data with new data, and mixing, merging, and mashing up the data on their way. Data lakes bring together in a single environment data that used to be fragmented across silos, delineated by technology, archaic architecture, business functions, data formats, and more. Data lakes integrate data management, data governance, compliance, and security for all data types, bringing an unprecedented level of flexibility where data can be ingested through a multitude of protocols and APIs, where any data can be stored in their native format, with no data transformation required as data is written into the data lake, but delayed instead until the data is needed, where any data can be mixed or matched with any other data as needed, where any data can be consumed at any point in time using whatever interface that may be fit, where the results can be integrated with any other existing system, truly delivering frictionless access to data, all the data. Data lakes simply store everything, every format, every size, every type, everything. Wow! On Analyze Anything, data lakes enable analytics on the merged data and drawing of inferences from parts of the information or from the whole data set, using a variety of analytical methods where data scientists can build and experiment with new models without impacting the transactional and the operational systems. Because data lakes store everything, businesses can be analyzed in ways that were never possible before, with no constraints in any dimension, be it longitudinal, depth, breadth, type of the analysis done, diversity of the analysis, and more. Data lakes simply have the ability to analyze anything. And once again, wow! On Build What You Need, data lakes provide businesses with the data insight they need, when they need it, to build the applications they need, when they need them, and to operate them how they need. Because data lakes enable businesses to store everything, analyze anything, they provide unprecedented insight to business decision makers to decide the right thing to build and to business operations to operate them right. And one more thing, data lakes help resolve the long-standing tension between the corporate push to get standard data into warehouses and used consistently and the business unit's need for local views and combinations of data that get implemented, for example, in all those Excel spreadsheets. A data lake is a shared resource that on one hand may contain a lot of carefully administered data, but on the other hand provides a platform for business units, functions, and departments to get at the data they need and quickly build the views and data-driven applications they really need. Wow! One last time.